We are going to walk through a timeline of every single piece of information we have regarding Taylor Swift and Charli XCX and where the drama started.
Watching Glitter Gel Pen.
A lifelong, one-sided conversation of us consuming every pop culture podcast ever. Glitter Gel Pen has joined the chat.
Enjoy the show.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome back to Glitter Gel Pen.
I'm Jill.
And I'm Alyssa.
And listen, today we have our hot tea. It's piping hot.
It's so hot.
We encourage you to get yours too because we are going to dive in to this Charli XCX and Taylor Swift drama. We're starting with the year 2014 when Charli XCX and Taylor Swift first met each other at the Jingle Bell Ball in London.
Okay. I love the pick.
Taylor was coming right off of her iconic 1989 era. It had dropped. She was at her peak. Charli was 22 years old, and she didn't have much popularity other than the song Boom Clap, which did end up being huge because it was in the Fault in Our Stars.
Yeah, and wasn't I Don't Care a big song at this time, or was that before?
That wasn't her.
What?
Yeah, that was... they were called like Icona Pop or something.
I thought that was Charli.
No.
My entire life.
That I don't care.
Yeah.
No.
Oh my God, that's such a Charli, like early Charli song though. Okay,
It does sound like it.
Okay.
But
well,
no, she had Boom Clap, and then she also did have Fancy with Iggy Azalea.
Oh yeah.
But we were nowhere near 1989 level of stardom,
Right.
right? They were photographed together here, like we said. And honestly, Charli looks so different. I mean, I know this was, 11 years ago at this point? It's so wild looking at Charli because, like, she was not giving Brat at this time. I don't
No, she was giving Charlotte Roos to the 10th degree.
Yeah. So, in this time, Taylor meets Matty Healy in 2014.
Oh, I want you to know, there was a guy that I was seeing at the time in 2014, and he was obsessed with Taylor Swift. Like, in a way that he thought she was, like, smoking hot. And guys weren't about her like that.
Yeah.
So I found that man very attractive. And it was during 1989 era. He was a guitar player. He wore white T-shirts with his hair back. So, like, white T-shirt, James Dean, look in your eye. Like, it was speaking to me in a way. And him being attracted to Taylor Swift gave him a man card to me for some reason.
Yeah. Because it was, like, cool to be, like, misogynistic and hate Taylor Swift because
Yes.
she only writes about boyfriends.
Yes, and I remember, I don't know if he remembers this or even listens to this podcast. I doubt he does. But he was really also into the 1975. And we had a conversation because I was like, I think I heard on Tumblr that Matty and Taylor had like a fling. I'm talking back. This is the only person I ever talked to about this duo. I wish we would have known each other.
I know.
But he was like, that's the most perfect couple I've ever seen. And to me, I was like, I'm Taylor Swift and you're Matty Healy. You know, like as a young girl. But I wish I had a recollection of what exactly that conversation was because little did we know Tortured Poets Department would be on the way. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God. And
The album that was.
I thought it was such a rumor though. Like I didn't even believe it hardly.
Yeah. So they meet each other. And for people who don't know or might not be so chronically online who are tuning into this, the reason that we're bringing up Matty Healy, it will all come into play later, okay? But just know, she meets Matty Healy in 2014 from the 1975. And like you said, there was speculation. Are they dating? Are they together?
Yeah.
Also, it came about because Matty Healy did a radio interview where somebody said they seemed like they would be perfect together. And then he talked about how they did exchange numbers. And so we have that right here.
This is my hit prediction that Taylor Swift and you are going to be the next big thing. You're going to be an item. I'm calling it,
Yeah,
bro.
well, you know, you're calling that, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, let's just see what happens.
Well, I say that because she favorited a near shirtless photo of you from the LA gig that night.
Did she favourite a picture of me? Well, we exchanged numbers. Let's see what happens. What bloody hell are we going to do? Go out with Taylor Swift? I mean, she's a sensation. Wouldn't say no.
Talking rings and talking cradles, even back then.
And then After this, we get a picture of Taylor Swift wearing the 1975 shirt. And I remember this was like a Tumblr girl's
That
dream.
freaking face card with the skirt. And honestly, there's a 1975 song where it's one of their bigger songs. I forget which one it is, but he's saying that his shirt looks so good, like falling off of her back. This is exactly what I imagined. And I know that song had already came out by the time this happened, but I know her enough to know that, like, she would recreate that imagery on her own body to make, I could go on about Taylor Swift and Matty Healy forever because I actually loved them as a couple. Aesthetically, there was just something about Pop Princess.
About good girl, bad boy.
Good girl, bad boy, rock star, pop star. And I also just love both of them and their music. And I think they both were the best muses for each other out of their entire careers.
Like,
so good.
and by that, we mean that they were, like you said, great muses for each other. Maybe not like great together.
Right.
You know, like we're not hating on Travi, okay?
We love Travis, but it's as a storyline, like as an entertainment factor, the two of them together it does something for me. I don't know.
Yeah. So we've talked about Matty. Moving on, we're back to Charli. Some things, they were very public with liking one another in public. Charli did a cover of Shake It Off on BBC Radio.
I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. I shake it off, I shake it off.
This is so, looking at it in 2025, after we have had Brat Summer, it is a feeling, it just feels wrong.
Yes.
It feels so wrong and forced.
And also, the Brat vibe just fits Charli so well that going back, when you watch this cover, it does give more of the style she was going for back then, like the fancy and boom clap, that kind of stuff, but
It almost
it's
breaks the fourth wall of Brat to make you think it's not real.
yeah.
Like-
it's not my favorite cover of Shake It Off ever. Not my favorite.
It's bad.
Not my favorite Charli performance, definitely. But it did happen, so we talked about it. Taylor praises Charli in interviews and says that she is one of the best songwriters of her generation.
That is shocking to me. I didn't know that she said that.
That's shocking for this time, you know.
But Taylor also tends to, whoever the new girl, the new it girl, upcoming girl, she does try to give flowers to those girls, whether it's Olivia, Sabrina, Gracie Abrams, Charli XCX, Lord, like the list goes on, Rachel Platten, for whatever reason. Like there are just some people that like were up and coming that she just wanted to have a stamp of approval on them or something.
Or it's almost like she wanted to like almost be a hipster and be like, I found them.
Yeah.
You know? And Charli was one of those moments because she did indeed on October 3rd, which,
Life of a Showgirl anniversary these days.
yeah, October 3rd of 2015, she invited Charli on the 1989 World Tour to perform Boom Clap.
In my opinion, I'm about to bring out one of the greatest songwriters that we have going for us right now. She's about to perform her #1 smash, Boom Clap. Charli XCX is here to sing it.
This was during 1989, whenever she was inviting for every show some celebrity.
I'm dead at me thinking I Don't Care was a Charli song because I was like, yes. And then she performed I Don't Care at the Reputation tour.
Which brings us then to the Reputation tour, where Charli opened for Taylor on the Reputation Stadium tour for the duration of Reputation.
Which, for Charli's brand's sake, it's the best Taylor Swift tour you could have opened for. Like, looking back, it is the best tour. Like, Eras tour, yeah, absolutely magnificent, but it's good for different reasons. The Reputation tour is one of the most iconic things.
Because it kind of had that, like, grittiness to
Gritty,
it. Which is,
and it was before the world changed. Like, it was the last Taylor Swift tour before COVID, before she was the Eras tour girl. Like, before, like, if you weren't there, you just don't know. Like, what it was like watching these pixelated sequin dress videos, like, on Instagram. Like, oh, it was such a time.
And Camila Cabello was also on the tour, and they performed Shake It Off, all three of them, Charli, Camila, and Taylor, every single night. Like we talked about, this was another thing, you know, Taylor's always trying to set up the next pop girlies, and that's what the Reputation tour was doing as well. And like we see it with, you know, Sabrina Carpenter and Gracie Abrams. It's kind of the equivalent to that, in my opinion.
With this picture of them performing Shake It Off, Charli's outfit and Taylor's outfit, worst outfits I've ever seen.
The contrast of Charli back in 2017 to now is so different.
Yeah, it's wild. And like her big curly natural hair, and then you see her with
A straight bob.
a straight bob with bangs. Like
Yeah.
what?
And not that it's a bad look, it's just not our Brat Charli that we know and love.
And she's wearing like a clear trash bag as like a shirt. It reminds me of the see-through Converse that were cool back in the day where you could see your socks.
Oh, yeah.
Where they would show your sweat.
Yeah. So after the Reputation tour ended and Charli was no longer on tour with Taylor anymore, she was giving an interview to Pitchfork, and she quoted and said, "I'm really grateful that Taylor asked me on the tour, but as an artist, it kind of felt like I was getting up on stage and waving to 5-year-olds. Which, okay, hear me out. I think she could have worded it better, but I do kind of understand what she means, because you got to remember that Charli XCX, although she wasn't our Brat girl, when she was more of a small artist, she was like underground, doing like clubs with 21-year-olds plus.
The Swiftologist has talked about Charli on the Reputation tour, and he is the reason I know this information, but apparently the crowds during the Reputation tour actually didn't take well to Charli. Like, they didn't react or respond very positively, so she probably just felt like the crowd was too young. But after all of the concerts, whatever tour she was in with Taylor Swift, she would go do DJ sets at clubs after the Reputation tour had ended that night. Like, the same night she would go do it. And she was trying to, like, make her new path, which she was getting a much more positive reaction in those settings compared to at Taylor Swift's concert.
Yeah.
Which, like, think about how we felt about the openers at the Eras tour. We did not care.
No, we didn't even sit in our seat for them. We were out trying to get merch. Trying is the key word.
Yeah.
Because the lines were so long. But, yeah. So, while I think she could have worded it in a more grateful way, or, like, just not said that at all in an interview, I do kind of understand where she was coming from with that. She then said that she was done opening for other artists. She said, "I've done so much of that, and it really cemented my status as this underdog character, which I like now, but I need to just own my own fucking shit finally." And that sounds like our Brat Charli.
There she is. It's okay to just admit that you're jealous of me.
So from that quote about the 5-year-olds, Swifties were not happy. Swifties were saying things like, "Taylor was generous enough to invite Charli on the highest grossing U.S. tour, and she says this, kind of disappointing." Or Charli at Taylor's house next year asking Taylor to let her open her tour again because she can't afford rent and has to sleep in her mom's basement.
It's rough.
Oh, if only you would see her in 2025.
I know.
But this one says, Charli could have just said that it wasn't her type of crowd or vibe. Instead, she had to make us all sound like children and contribute to the narrative that Taylor Swift only has 12-year-old fans. I'm disappointed. And that's the only tweet from a Swiftie that I can kind of understand.
Because it's like, we were Swifties, but we were, at this point, 18, 19 years old. Oh, wait. Oh, my God. No, we weren't. No, we weren't.
We knew each other barely. And
no, we were like 20, 21.
Yeah.
Maybe going on 22.
We knew each other barely and didn't realize that we loved Taylor Swift, and that's why we didn't go to the Reputation tour, and we want to die because of it. So.
Oh, yeah. It's awful.
So after all of this backlash that she was getting, Charli decided to clarify on social media that her comments were taken out of context with a really long Notes app apology. I mean, I'll put the whole thing on the screen, but basically, like, at the end kind of sums it up. She says, "Any tour I've been on with any other artist as an opening act has always taught me so much. It's always wonderful to watch other artists do their own thing, own their stage, and speak their language to their dedicated fan bases, and this was especially true for the Reputation tour." You know, basically just saying that she didn't mean it the way that she that it came off.
And I believe that. Honestly, I don't think she meant it maliciously, that like she was ungrateful or anything. I think she just said what it felt like in comparison to what she was used to. And it was just ironically the narrative that people were talking about Taylor Swift as she's like, look what you made me do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after that, Taylor and Charlie's friendship they aren't so public anymore, which doesn't necessarily mean anything, because I think a lot of these people aren't friends anyways.
Yeah, no, Taylor Swift does this all the time. She'll bring somebody on tour. Like, y'all, do y'all see her hanging out with Gayle anymore?
Yeah.
Come on. They were not friends, but they were friends when they were on the Eras tour.
They were besties. Now we don't see her with any of these people,
Yeah.
except for Sabrina. But Charlie meets the 1975 at a GQ award party, and it is where Charlie meets her now husband, George Daniel.
She looks so much better without bangs.
Yes.
Slay the house down without the bangs.
I can even deal with like a straighter type bob if you just don't
that
have
looks
the
good.
bangs, you know?
She looks so good there.
Yes. Oh, and she's wearing like a little snake type thing, like symbolism.
Okay.
And then Charlie collaborates with the 1975 on the song Spinning.
Never heard that.
Yeah. And then later in March of 2022 is when the rumors start about Charlie dating George. I can't say his name normal because she's like George always in all of her songs. But yeah, so the rumors start spinning, and if you did not know, George is the drummer. George the drummer.
And you know what? Charlie plays the character of the cool girl. She is. Yeah. She literally is. She got to open up for freaking Taylor Swift on the Reputation tour with one hit song, goes and meets the 1975. In my opinion, they are the first band that's not like a Simon Cowell put together boy band that are making good, almost pop punk music, which most people do that and it's so corny and it's not good anymore. In my opinion, the 1975 is just so cool and original. And she met this band, got to collab with them, and starts dating the drummer.
Yeah.
The mysterious one. Oh, this girl is cool.
Cool gal. And then she's like, hey, George, I guess. And he's
he's like, hey, y'all.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to fast forward just a little bit, and we're going to go to the year 2022 to 2023 when rumors circulate that the 1975 is collaborating on Midnights with Taylor Swift.
We know there are songs and we want them.
God.
We want them.
We want those vault tracks. So there were rumors. People initially said they were false. Matty Healy called a fake track list fake news. But then later he revealed that the band did work on a version of a song for Midnights, but it was ultimately scrapped and never released. And God, I wish it was released.
I would buy every variant Taylor Swift ever releases.
If she put 10 seconds of that song in every variant
we had to buy every variant to put it together, I would do it. Yeah. I would do it.
So would I. And then, this is like...
when the band asked if I have a boyfriend, I said, I don't remember. This is like that moment in real life.
Moment, yes. But we all remember where we were, if you love Taylor Swift and or the 1975, whenever Taylor Swift randomly showed up to a 1975 concert in January of 2023.
You know why I love this?
Why?
Because you know how, as a girl, as a normal girly girl, when you have a crush on a guy, you will do some weird shit to see if he likes you back, get his attention, or just to
make him think you're cool, or
just to be around.
Yeah.
And you know that this is her doing that, and she just happens to be the most famous woman in the world. And we just get to see it all. And I love that. I love it.
So she performed Anti-Hero. And then she also performed a song by the 1975. I'm sorry, I don't know what song that was.
It was called The City.
Okay, yeah.
It was The
That's
City.
right.
And you know what the city is? And,
Yeah.
you know, rumors of Taylor Swift and Matty Healy were happening in New York City. So, like, her singing that song's a little bit like...
And at this time, she, according to the public, you know, we don't actually know when her and Joe were Jover, but according to the public, they were still together. So we were all like, huh.
I think they were off and on, going through a rough spot. And I think she went to go light up her world a little bit, to go just have fun.
Yeah, to
have a good
go
time.
be bejeweled and be the person that she always wanted to be for those past 6 years.
And he's an artist, so Joe's not going to see this situation and think whatever. He's going to think it's cool that she's popping up at an indie rock show to play her new single on acoustic guitar instead of with pop music because he's Joe.
Yeah.
Buh.
So after January of 2023, doing this with the 1975, April comes around, and this is when the world learns that it was indeed Jover after 6 years. And, you know, some people might not have taken it so well.
When we say Jill was heartbroken, I mean, the girl was in denial, but beyond belief. We have a group chat between me, Jill, and another friend named Shelby. And we were group chatting as one does about what's going on with Taylor Swift. And Jill was like, I just refuse to believe it. Like, I just won't, like, until she announces it and lets us know and confirms. I just don't believe this.
I said, if they split up, then love does not exist. I was dead serious, too. I said, love doesn't exist if they're not together.
She was so hurt that me and the other girl in the group chat got on the phone and could not stop laughing because we were like, why is she so sad?
I just, you know, she bamboozled us. She wrote 6 albums about this man, okay? And I was just like, this is love. This is love.
At the time, though, we thought all those albums were about him.
True.
If you would have known that the one was written about Matty Healy, you might be like, no, that makes sense.
And that Midnight's was indeed a breakup album.
Yeah.
You know, it might have been a little different, but we thought 6 albums were about Joe. And I was like, love doesn't exist. But I digress. May to June of 2023 is when Taylor briefly dates Matty Healy.
And we were there the last night of June 2023, and we had a heartbroken Taylor Swift on the stage, that's for sure.
We did. He attended the Eras Tour shows, gave us some great pics of him admiring her, doing her thing. He was definitely love bombing. We got the iconic him on stage mouthing, I love you.
And if you're thinking about me, I don't wanna get copyright, so I'm gonna sing right here. But no, it's that song. And then Cardigan, that's what this one is. And she knows who he is and she loves him too.
This back and forth of the two of them on their stages, at their concerts, is one of the craziest things two famous celebrities have ever done in a fling. Like, when I watch Taylor Swift say,
you know who this is about.
You know who you are. I love you. And I swear she pushes her hair back off of her neck in the most, like,
seductive,
but also embarrassed. Like, did I just do that? Like, that's like the vibe that I get from it. But wow, what a moment.
So they did that, and then the duration of this relationship only lasting 2 months for what we got, it's diabolical. But I mean, it wasn't just 2 months; it was 10 years of pining.
Yeah, and I am obsessed. Like, I'm glad that she's happy and moved on, and this all ended the way that I think it was meant to. But
it was a time. It was a time to be alive.
So grateful that she was so open about how she was feeling during this time, because it really, some of the best songs she's ever written came out of this.
And while they were dating, obviously, it's like he was just fully just like love bombing. She was really eating it up. And obviously, they were around each other all the time, which brings back to the whole, she was around Charli a lot during this time because Charli was still with George from 1975. But then, once they do break up, Taylor writes 31 songs.
Oh, yeah.
for the Tortured Poets department, kind of slamming Matty. Mm-hmm. Just a little bit. Just for 31 songs, you know? Mm-hmm. And I'm sure that Charli and her significant other did not take well to Taylor slamming one of their friends, you know? Mm-hmm. But yeah, Matty breaks up with Taylor Swift. Well, actually, he just ghosts her. And we know that from Tortured Poets department. After he breaks up with Taylor Swift, begins dating the model Gabriette, which is one of Charli's best friends. So now our little relationship bubble is not only that Charli and George might not like that she slammed Matty Healy in Tortured Poets, but now, along with that, he's also dating Charli's bestie. Charli was still with George at the time. I cannot do it without that accent. And at this time, Taylor starts dating Travis Kelce, if you didn't know, late August, early September. Sometime between September to November is when Charli and George get engaged, and Charli drops a picture that she's engaged, and we all clap and cheer, all the brats. We weren't brats yet because it hadn't come out, but soon we would be. And that actually leads us into where the album rivalry starts.
Okay.
So February of 2024, Taylor announces Tortured Poets department.
Shook the world. Mm-hmm. Shook our world.
Mm-hmm. I remember we were downstairs watching when she announced that she was dropping it. We were
screaming.
And I wish that we would have been recording because, like, I was losing it. I was like,
I did not.
God.
I mean,
we thought it was going to be Rep TV.
We just didn't expect that.
No.
And
I remember because of the black and white dress and, like, all the little clues on the website and stuff, everybody was expecting she was going to announce Rep TV.
And I just remember, like, liking the album when I first heard it, Tortured Poets Department, but, like, thinking that it's been out for this long now, and I listen to it every day. Mm-hmm. Like,
there's 31 songs to choose from.
Yeah, and I honestly think it's one of my favorite albums of hers ever. It's so good.
I never didn't like Tortured Poets, but, like, it was lower on the scale initially just because I wasn't used to it yet, you know? And it wasn't at the bottom, but it was just kind of in the mid area of all her albums. And now it's probably in my top 5, I would say.
Yeah, it's so good.
But in April, Charli then announces Brat, the iconic album that we did not know was going to be iconic yet. But Taylor's Tortured Poets department lyrics all seem to reference Matty Healy, like, in all of the songs. Maybe there's one that is about Joe, but everything's about Matty. And honestly, that was like the best way she could have slapped Joe in the face.
I know. I mean, the silence of it was the silence of what she had to say about Joe being only one song, saying, "You'll find someone. So long, London."
Yeah,
like
she's saying, "Oh, what if he's written mine on my upper thigh?"
What a banger that song is.
Oh, so good. June 7th, 2024, Charli releases Brat. And
still in the top rotation of my music.
I literally play Charli XCX every single day.
Like, it's so good. It's like both of these albums are like top tier pop music.
Yeah, I hear them every day, like still. On Brat, we have the song Sympathy Is a Knife. And the lyrics imply resentment towards Taylor, which she doesn't say that it's Taylor, but we can come to that conclusion from the lyrics. Don't want to see her backstage at my boyfriend's show.
Yeah, and when in reference to a girl that she could never compare to in her industry. Like, who else would she be talking about?
There's also the line that says, "Fingers crossed behind my back, hope they break up quick." And
preying on her downfall.
I think that that's probably, along with just like actual real life personal stuff that's not on a song by Charli or a song by Taylor, that's probably the line of Sympathy Is a Knife that I feel that Taylor would have a problem with, you know?
Yeah, like anyone preying on her downfall and pain. Yeah.
So people realize this whenever Sympathy Is a Knife comes out, and they start criticizing Charli for a diss track against Taylor Swift, which Charli then responds on TikTok by saying that nothing is a diss track, it's just commentary on female competition being a pop star.
I'm seeing online that some people think that there are diss tracks on Brat, and I just wanted to come on here and clarify that there aren't, apart from maybe Von Dutch, which kind of is, but the other tracks in question aren't diss tracks. They're really just about how it's so complicated being an artist, especially a female artist, where you are pitted against your peers but also expected to be best friends with every single person constantly, and if you're not, you're like deemed a bad feminist. And that to me is just like such a unrealistic expectation.
So I get that. If you're around Taylor Swift, you're gonna feel inferior.
Yeah. And it's also like, if it weren't Taylor Swift in the conversation, I don't even think Charli would have bothered to say that. Like to make a statement about it, because you put the art out, you don't have to commentate and explain yourself. Like, your art can just speak for itself. But it's the fact that the Swifties they can be aggressive and just overbearing. Like, there's so many of them. So it's so many of them that are really kind of crazy too. Like, when you're an artist trying to put out art and just do what you want to do, and then you have an army of people coming to defend something that they've actually misunderstood and taken the wrong way, like, you've got to say something, because it's like gonna overpower the moment of Brat by being her taking down another woman. And I get what she's saying.
Yeah. I definitely also want to talk about the fact that Charli, obviously on Sympathy Is a Knife, she says, fingers crossed behind my back, hope they break up quick, which means when she was writing this, they had not broken up yet. And like, for the fact of Charli being like, yeah, I mean, they might still be together when this comes out, that's kind of serving cunt. Like,
yeah.
In a good way, not to be like, yeah, I mean, I'm going to say this even if I still have to be with her, like, behind this backstage at my boyfriend's show.
Yeah.
I just thought that was kind of wild to think about. But June 11th, we get Matty Healy and his engagement to Gabriette. So they had started dating in September of 23, and now it's June of 2024 and they're already engaged, which is pretty fast, I would say.
Yeah, I think so.
But hey,
I love the engagement announcement photo. Like, they're edgy. It hurts.
Well, I mean, they're all cool girls, you know?
Yeah, it's the not even smiling in the picture, like wearing your black diamond ring. Like, it just, I don't know. I just wonder if, like, in 30 years she'll look back on this and be like, probably not. I feel like it's who they are at this point, but it's just kind of funny to think about it.
3 days later, on June 14th of 2024, Taylor blocks Charli from reaching #1 in the UK with her multiple Tortured Poets Department variants.
I'm going to be honest, this could have been a coincidence. She releases so many variants. Odds are she's going to be putting something out the week somebody's putting something out.
Yeah. I said that I didn't think it was specifically a Charli thing. I mean, we just know that our Taylor Swift is obsessed with staying at the top of the charts and being #1.
And she doesn't owe Charli to let her be #1 if she can hold a record longer.
I mean, she did the same thing to Billie. And with Billie, it was with Billie's release of Hit Me Hard and Soft. She was later asked in an interview about if she would play 3-hour shows. And she said, nobody wants that. That's literally psychotic. And then Billie also later commented on the amount of vinyls that artists put out in an interview with Billboard in March. She said, we live in this day and age where for some reason it's very important for some artists to make all sorts of different vinyls and packaging, which ups the sales and ups the numbers and gets them more money. I can't even express to you how wasteful it is. It is right in front of our faces and people are just getting away with it left and right. And that, folks, sounds like shots fired towards Taylor Swift.
Oh, yeah. That is an attack on the nation.
They're storming the Capitol.
Like, y'all are talking about Charli. Like, y'all are not talking about Billie enough. Who, like, they're besties, you know, or, you know, they're in music. They are.
Charli then subtly shades Taylor on stage by saying artistry shines through right before performing Sympathy As a Knife.
It shines through, you know what I'm saying? I already know I'm not everybody's cup of tea, don't get me wrong, but I'm just really appreciative for the people who've been there from the jump, and understood my vision. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, the whole thing that's going on right now, the moment, as people have been texting me, the moment, you're having a moment. It's very cool. But yeah, I just want to say thank you to all of you guys who, you know, you've been here. And I just really appreciate that, because I would be nothing without you.
So basically, I think she was just essentially like making a comment, being like, artistry shines through even if I'm not number one, because someone released 500 variants of the same album to make me not be. You know? Then fans in Brazil, during a show at Charli's, they started chanting Taylor Swift is dead. And someone on, I believe it was TikTok, called this to Charli's attention. So she did post something and said, "Can people who do this please stop, online or at my shows? It is the opposite of what I want, and it disturbs me that anyone would think there is room for this in this community. I will not tolerate it." So good on Charli, because that's weird fan behavior.
Yeah, there can be music beef and people going back and forth as artists, and you not wish the other person dead. Like, I don't think people know the difference.
Like, it's not that serious, you know? Then, in August of 2024, Charli releases the Guess remix with Billie Eilish.
And the world was changed.
This is, I'm sorry, it's such a good song.
The video, the song, the idea, everything about this is so good.
This inspired us to have a night out. We dressed up. We were like, what's the vibe? And we were like, I'm dressing like Charli XCX in the Guess music video.
And I think that if we didn't do that, this podcast wouldn't exist. Yeah. I don't know why, but I feel like the nights were related.
That I do too. It was the catalyst, I think.
Yeah.
So you're welcome. But the lyrics at the end of this, when they're going back and forth and like being playful, some fans think that it could be like digs at Taylor. Specifically, you know, they're like, "You want to guess what me and Billie have been texting about? We've been disrespectful." They're like, "Who are they talking about? Taylor?" And then they say, "You want to guess the address of the party we're at? You know you're not invited." So people are thinking that this is like a dig at Taylor, because it's two people who are known to have some kind of beef with Taylor on the same track saying this. So I can understand, but I don't think there's anything too damning in these lyrics, honestly. Then we go to August 26th of 2024. Charli's New York Magazine cover shows a severed hand with a friendship bracelet.
I didn't know about this, about the hand.
There's a picture of her serving, by the way.
Wow, she looks so good.
She does. She's on a stretcher that they use for ambulances.
Oh my God.
There's her with the severed hand with a friendship bracelet. And then,
like, even that hand being big and having like friendship bracelet type things involved, that could be like a Sympathy Is a Knife reference, in a sense of you've got this big giant person, like she could literally go and like smack you down, but you're trying to just be hot and cool. And
yes, not only just because of the friendship bracelet, but also because this edition of the magazine came out in August, when just in July there was that tragedy that happened where the teenager attacked children at an event. It was a dance thing, like a Taylor Swift dance thing, and a 6, 7, and 9-year-old were killed. So fans thought that this type of photo shoot was like tone deaf, and obviously, like, to that I would say this was shot before that happened, most likely.
Yeah.
But then other people do rebuttal that, well, they should have put a stop on releasing it at the time that they did, which I get. But the thing that saves it for me is that the director of this shoot gave kind of like the concept of the video, and this is what they said, quote, "She's sort of trapped by fame, and all the tabloid photographers are chasing her. An animal trapped in the woods would bite off its own limb. She bites off her hand. As she lies on the stretcher, you see people still taking photos of her, the paparazzi and the fans. People will watch the rise as much as they'll watch the fall. Then she's brought to the hospital and probably given some sort of painkiller. She's hallucinating. She's stuck in a dreamscape, but in the end, she frees herself." which
Okay.
I can get. And then if you put in the context that, like we said, Charli was brought up in this club culture playing, I'm sure she's been to raves and everything. Friendship bracelets are a big thing at like raves and EDM shows and stuff like that. So I can see either way of this.
Yeah.
No matter what, I don't think that they meant any harm. Like when it comes to
I don't think they're
children.
referencing the little kids dying at a Taylor Swift party.
No. Taylor's actually quoted within this same article praising Charli, and we would assume that she didn't know the photo shoot associated with it. Or, I mean, if she did, there might just be nothing there.
I don't think she thought this is about me.
No.
Taylor Swift would have to be looking at a doorknob and being like, they put that there because of me. Like, it could be anything.
Yeah, I don't really think she thought that. But also, you really don't see, like, the photo shoot before you give a quote for a magazine, you know?
Yeah.
So, either way. But the quote that Taylor said in this magazine is, "I've been blown away by Charli's melodic sensibilities since I first heard Stay Away in 2011. Her writing is surreal and inventive always. She just takes a song to a place you wouldn't expect it to go, and she's been doing it consistently for over a decade. I love to see hard work like that pay off." So we love a queen that can still praise other people, even when there might be behind the scenes, like, pettiness and cattiness.
And, you know, this is only what we know on the surface from the outsiders.
I mean, yes, there could be so much more. Like, I do believe that there's more behind the scenes other than just in public and in the songs that has went on. So who knows? At this point in time, they could have been a little catty and then been like, "Sorry, girl, we're good," you know?
Yeah.
And then this comes out. Then in February of 2025, Taylor attends the Grammys and she dances to Charli's performance.
It's so obvious, I don't want copyright.
I don't think this means anything either way, because our girl dances to Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah.
Whenever
it doesn't
she's
matter.
there.
She's going to dance if she's there. And if she doesn't dance, people are going to talk about that even more.
Yeah.
You know.
Then in July of 2025, Charli finally marries George and the country that was being served here.
Yeah, so good.
Matty's mother in July of 2025 shades, in quotation marks, Taylor on Watch What Happens.
I've seen this, and I don't know if I feel like it was really shade. I think his mom handled it the best way that you could.
We talked about it in one of our Hot Topics episodes when it happened. And, I mean, I think that she was just being asked something about her son's not fiance and was like, yeah, I mean, I'm glad that Gabriette's my soon-to-be daughter-in-law, essentially.
Yeah.
And I think that was the right move, because if it wasn't Taylor Swift we were talking about and it was you and your mother-in-law, you'd be mad if she didn't do the same thing for you.
Yep.
Okay? So August of 2025, Taylor announces the life of a showgirl on Travis Kelce's podcast, which happened to be the same day that he proposed, and we just did not know it yet. But on August 31st of 2025, Gabriette mocks a parody of Actually Romantic on Instagram before deleting the comment later.
This is crazy behavior. To publicly comment about your fiance's ex-girlfriend, who is Taylor Swift's music coming out, is wild.
Yeah. So it seemed to be, I couldn't actually find the actual video that she commented on, but when you look at what's in the background, someone had posted and said how I think the life of a showgirl will sound. And, you know, people make videos like that and they'll guess what it's going to sound like, and it'll typically be something stupid.
Taylor.
Yeah, it'll typically be something stupid or something bad. So somebody did that, and then Gabriette comments and says, "Babe, record Actually Romantic, please." You know, just like a weird thing to do, I think. October 3rd comes around of 2025, and Taylor releases The Life of a Showgirl, and we get our track 7, which is Actually Romantic, and it's directly referencing Charli.
So obviously.
So some of the lyrics that are obviously referencing Charli are, "I heard you call me boring Barbie when the Coke's got you brave. High-fived my ex and then you said you're glad he ghosted me. Wrote me a song saying it makes you sick to see my face." And then she says, "like a toy chihuahua barking from a tiny purse."
Which I think is a direct reference to early
like Von Dutch
Y2K.
and like Chihuahuas in the bag.
Yeah, because it was just so like of the era that Charli obviously sings about on all the songs.
There's just actually no denying that Actually Romantic is about Charli, in my opinion. Taylor also explains this track as being about someone who keeps talking about you without your involvement.
Until you release a song acting like you don't care, showing that you care.
Taylor cares about her haters.
She really
okay?
does. She really does.
October 5th comes around and Charli teases being back in the studio. Some people were thinking maybe this was like a response to Actually Romantic. I have also seen, though, that it was like music or something that's going to be in the new A24 movie that Charli is doing, so that it had nothing to do with Taylor. But jury's out on that. Who knows?
I don't think Charli is messy. I think she's got a messy persona. I don't think she's actually messy in a sense to start a war with Taylor Swift, because I think there's more behind the scenes between the two of them that we don't know about.
Do I believe Charli called her a boring Barbie? I do.
I do believe that. But there could be more behind the scenes because obviously there's mutual friends involved. Like Jack Antonoff knows Matty Healy. You know, there are people involved that know both of them. And they've heard something that hasn't gotten out to the public. Like, you know, they're talking their crap. Gabriette is publicly commenting garbage about Taylor Swift. It's like, come on.
Yeah. And I mean, I kind of think at the end of the day, this is, I mean, I know we covered a lot of different things, but I think our like meat and potatoes of this drama is just that Charli's bestie is engaged to someone that Taylor Swift used to date.
I think it boils down to that.
Yeah. And you know, like, we've all rode for our friends when the ex-girlfriend is trying to say some shit about your friend who's dating a guy.
And let me say, if you're Gabriette in this scenario and I'm Charli, if your fiance's ex was someone like Taylor freaking Swift, I would be I would be saying stuff. I would be Von Dutching up and down the stage with
because you know it already. Even if Taylor never said anything, the Swifties are going to say something, and it's like punching down even when Taylor's not directly doing anything.
And I'm just curious because I think Gabriette is honestly cool. Like she makes like really cool cooking videos and stuff. I think she's interesting. But do y'all think that Gabriette is as interesting of a character without being the woman that like stole Matty Healy away from Taylor Swift? Because I think it gives her aura points.
Yeah.
Like it makes her more interesting.
It's like, dude, how cool girl are you?
And then you've got Charli, who is the epitome of cool in music and pop. And it's like pop, but it's still kind of underground. You've got her saying, "I'm so Gabriette," and it's like, that is freaking sick. Yeah. Oh, do you know how bad I wish? I'm so Alyssa. Oh my God.
I'm so Jillian.
That is everything. And like, I don't doubt that Charli put her on more with that album because it sucks for Taylor Swift to be his ex. That sucks.
Yeah.
Because she knew what it was like just to open for Taylor Swift and what it did to her.
Yeah. So I think that's what it boils down to. I don't think it's like that serious. Like I think that they don't. No. I think they don't like each other, but I don't think it's some crazy thing that like they're beefing 24/7 and going back and forth, and it's a big, huge deal.
I don't either. They are both getting paid.
Oh yeah.
Like they're there to work,
and I could see them. Like I could see on whatever new music Charli releases, I could see her giving like something that would reference in a way Taylor, because I could see them to keep the beef going through art, you know, because it's going to get clicks and it's going to get people talking.
I have a prediction.
What?
You got your feathers on stage. Oh, you got your feathers on stage. Like in reference to the showgirl headpieces, like you feathers on stage.
How's this for showgirl? How's this for?
That honestly would sound so good. Like,
why does it kind of sound like shoes? Oh my God, shoes.
Because it's that version of pop. It's like, got your feathers on stage. How's that for a showgirl?
Yeah.
Show it to us, girl. I don't know. I think we could write Charli's next album.
I think she should call us, and maybe we'll get some aura points.
Yeah.
But it was fun covering all this. We love Taylor and we love Charli. We're Swiftie brats.
And I'm going to say, I don't listen to them both when I'm in the same mood.
No.
I've got my getting ready, I want to listen to Taylor Swift place that I'm going, and I've got I'm getting ready and I'm going to listen to Charli. That's where I'm going.
Yeah.
And they're very different places. Different makeup styles, different outfits, but I love them both. They're both fun.
Yes. So make sure, if you love Taylor Swift, leave us a comment. If you love Charli, like this video. And if you like either one of them, then subscribe, please.
You like one of them. And God, do we need some subs.
Yes.
Thank you guys for watching. We upload new videos every Monday. Subscribe to our Patreon for bonus content.
And we will see you next week. TTYL. Bye.
She's 21, not a savage, but she got a little